everyone, and welcome to Life Lessons Inside of Movies. For this episode, I thought I'd be talking to you guys about The Lion King. And to give you guys a quick recap, spoiler warning just to be safe, and I don't even know why I have to give a spoiler warning, because realistically, who hasn't seen The Lion King? But, spoiler warning. Lion King is a story about this young cub named Simba, where he's coming into his own and he feels that it's his destiny to be the king of Pride Rock. But then through a series of events happening, his uncle ends up killing his dad, and Simba thinks it's his fault, so he runs away, meets his best friends Timon and Pumbaa. Through another series of events happening, he comes back, challenges his uncle for the right to the throne. He wins, happily ever after. It's a Disney movie, sounds an awful lot like Hamlet, but regardless. So, in this movie, there's a lot of life lessons in it, and a lot of people want to point to Rafiki's life lesson. I will get to that one in a minute, because I'm at least going to try to go in order. So let's start off with number one. And that is how dangerous arrogance and entitlement really is. Simba does this whole musical number, I just can't wait to be king. I have a horrible singing voice, but that's neither near or there. He feels that his whole destiny is to be the king of Pride Rock, that nothing can go wrong. His dad's the baddest man, no one's going to challenge him. This is what's going to happen. He's going to be this big, powerful ruler. This goes to show that if you feel entitled, if you feel arrogant, that nothing can knock you off, life will throw a stone at you. And it's going to be one of the hardest, unforgiving stones, and it will knock you right off your high horse. Even in ways that you may not think is possible, life will come at you. So it just goes to show you cannot get too arrogant, and you can also not feel too entitled. Number two. Timon and Pumbaa. Everybody loves Timon and Pumbaa. They're always laughing, they're always eating, they're always joking around. But imagine Timon and Pumbaa as two stoners that are sitting on a couch all day doing nothing with their life. That's who Timon and Pumbaa are. They have no dreams, they have no goals, they have no aspirations. Their famous saying is Hakuna Matata, which means no worries. Could you guys really live your life like that? Day in and day out, when nothing to stimulate you, when nothing to motivate you? Simba couldn't. There's that scene where Simba walks to the edge and he's looking up at his dad, or he's trying to talk to his dad at least, and he starts saying, you said you'd always be there for me, but you're not. And it's because of me. There's something that's missing inside of him. There's something that he feels that he's not living up to his full potential. And his friends are obviously not helping him find his full potential. They're too busy laughing, joking around, and telling him, hey, Hakuna Matata, no worries, get over it. And here's the other parts of the lesson, is that when he finally realizes what he has to do, he doesn't go to his friends and ask them, hey guys, I'm going to go challenge my uncle for the throne. Will you guys come along with me? I could use all the help. He just leaves. It just goes to show, though, that his friends were true friends and they followed him, but sometimes it won't always work out that way. Sometimes your friends are dragging you down. They're not inspiring you. They're not stimulating you. They're not motivating you, and you need to just leave. Number three. Let's just start off with this one then, Rafiki. The way the scene goes is Rafiki hits Simba on the head and Simba says, ow, that hurt. And then Rafiki says, oh yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. And he swings his stick again and Simba ducks. Everybody loves talking about this scene. Everybody loves posting it on Instagram, Facebook. It's been watched a lot of times on YouTube. I've been to so many conventions that people love using this scene to teach. But very few people actually practice what this scene is preaching. Simba went through one of the most traumatic experiences of his life. His dad dies, and along with his dad dying, he thinks he is the reason for his dad dying. He believes that his whole life from that moment is destined because of that. He feels that I had to run away from home, that I never saw my mom again, I'm never going to see my girlfriend again. My life is what it is right now because of that moment in time. How many of you guys are living your life like that? To where maybe there was something that happened to you in your past. Maybe you were physically abused, mentally abused, spiritually. Someone took advantage of you, whether it's money, sexual, whatever it is. And you use that moment to cripple yourself. Realistically, that's what it is. But we never want to look at what insight that pain, that moment gave us. Look at Simba. He was a brat, plain and simple. Like I said, he felt that everything was just coming towards him. There was a chance that if that did not happen, he was going to end up like Scar. He wasn't going to have any perspective. He wasn't going to have any feelings for anyone else. It was all about him. But then, through that moment, through that experience, through everything that followed after it, he realized that being king wasn't just for him. Being king was for his people, was for his family. Where he wasn't there for everyone to serve him, he was there to serve everybody else. And that lesson would not have came if that moment wouldn't have happened. If his greatest pain ultimately became his greatest gift. Number 4, the part where Mufasa comes out and says, remember who you are. There are core beliefs that we have about ourselves. There are core values that we have about ourselves. Whether you're a good person, whether you have good integrity, you have good intentions. But as we go through this thing called life, we tend to sacrifice that for temporary gain, temporary satisfaction, temporary pleasure. So ask yourself, who are you? What are your intentions? What are your beliefs? What are your core values? What do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm proud about you because you do this? And what have you sacrificed for temporary gain? Number 5, Nala. I hope everybody likes Nala. But then here's the other thing I like about Nala is that when we usually think of partners, when we think of spouses and getting married, we usually want the best looking or the one that brings in the most financial income. We want all these external things when it comes to a partner. But realistically, the best partner, best spouse is someone that loves you, but along with that is willing to kick your butt when you need it. When Nala sees Simba and she sees the way that he's been living his life, in so many words, not the exact way, she basically slaps him across the head and says, what have you been doing? Do you realize what's happening in your family? You realize what's happening in your people? And you're sitting here doing nothing? How selfish are you? So sometimes the best spouse is the one that puts you in your place when you need it, but will also love you through the rough times. And lastly, number 7. At the very end where Scar and Simba are facing off, and Scar immediately blames the hyenas. It was the hyenas. It was their fault. The last life lesson in this one is never betray the people that got you where you are. Never do that. Whether he's proud of it, whatever it is, they helped him get to where he was. He should have their back just like they had his back. Because who knows? Maybe if he would have fell off the cliff, he would have had their back. Maybe they said, okay, now let's all go up there and get Simba together. I know it would have been a totally different ending, but it just goes to show, don't betray the people that had your back, or else you'll die in a fiery pit of death. So those are my life lessons for The Lion King. What life lessons did you guys see in The Lion King? Hit me up on Twitter. It's at ChristianG7752. I'm sorry. And along with that, not all movies were meant to entertain us. Some were meant to teach us. Until next time, thank you guys for listening.